Last week I reviewed Apocalypse No Tour Ride, or Fort of the Apocalypse, and that was a horror manga, but it didn't really get that scary. It was a bit of mostly body horror with how the zombie virus would contort and twist its victims. And this week I am reviewing another horror manga by the same author, and Apocalypse No Tour Ride, it was good, but this is something much better. The horror is taken to new depths, and the body horror, my god, the things you will witness in this manga are terrifying. I mean, I just look at the disclaimer that is in place. It's like, hey, be careful going into this. And I'm here to give you that same disclaimer. Before I even review this manga, if you are a little squeamish, this one might not be for you. But if you are not, I'm just another reader. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Anonymous Starving. I really like this manga's covers for the start of each of its chapters, because one, it gives a little hint of what's to come. On this one, we've got a giant monster as our main character holds on to some kind of tube or pipe for dear life. And each chapter is like that, with different characters that portray what's to expect in this chapter. And I love it. Each time I'm just like, whoa, what's going on in this cover? What's about to happen in this chapter? And it's always a great experience. But without further ado, let's carry on. So it begins like every good manga should. McDonald's chicken nuggets. A beautiful sight. And so, chapter one, we get a little title card. We are in, I'm going to assume it's McDonald's, but, it might be some other fast food restaurant. Looks great. And so, he's going about his day. People are ordering food. This way, please. Thank you very much. Yada, yada. A bit of a panty shot, but we can ignore that. He's licking the sauce off his fingers. He's enjoying his meal. And he's got his best friend over here. And he's making fun of him for licking his fingers clean. He's like, you really like them, don't you? You order that every time we come here. And I was just like, it's tasty. And he gets a little laugh out of it. Say, do you know what meat that is? What do you mean? It's chicken, isn't it? You don't have the slightest clue, do you? What? Dude, you're creeping me out. And just gives a laugh. This place is using pink slime meat. What's that? They gather waste meat, throw in a washing machine, and wash it with detergent. Then they disinfect it with heavy chemicals and make minced meat out of it. What the hell? That's scary. So, we got a little bit of a jokester over here. He's making fun of the food. And then, sir, there are other customers here. Can you please keep it down a little? I was kidding. Sorry. So, they get out of here. They're like, let's leave. It's hot outside. It'll be exhausting. You got a point. Still, what the hell? It's only March. So right off the bat, we can see it's really hot. It's March, and yet temperature is up there. And now, got a shot of them on the bus. Only idiots catch summer colds, or so they say. March isn't in the summer. And then we get a little bit of what's to come. Global warming has getting worse every year. We got a little street preachers talking about it, and as we can see, it's kind of true because just how hot it is in March. Habitable space has rapidly dropped to 1,000th within 100 years. The world is facing a grave crisis due to global warming. Our party, and we're cutting that off, but he's looking through his phone, web news, highest recorded temperatures in Japan, new development in academia regarding abnormal weather conditions, people disappearing en masse throughout the country. So he's like, this is depressing. So that's kind of the setup. Global warming is going up. New discoveries about the weather that's going crazy, and people are disappearing. Now, it's like, our guy says, mankind is already demolishing itself. And the news is full of how the world is circling the drain. And our guy's just like, yeah, his best friend is being a little pessimistic in his viewpoint of the world. But from what we see in the global warming, it's getting bad. But then again, you're trying to become a scholar in this decaying world, right? Climatologist, Why do you set such a difficult goal for yourself? Well, and then we go, they're in demand at the moment, right? The pay should be pretty good, I reckon. You snob. What about you? An aspiring artist is any better? Stop it, that's embarrassing. And now we got a little grandpa on the side of the road. My grandparents died from heat stroke. I see. So the climate is getting bad. People are dropping dead from it pretty much. And so he's made his life goal to be a climatologist. And so they're just sitting on the bus. Tuition for university is mega expensive, but I got my parents' blessing already. I see. I'll leave you to protect the future of this planet then. He closes his eyes, blinking. He's like, okay. Uh-oh, question mark. Why didn't he respond? He looks around. Our best friend, he's knocked out. Kazu. And then, whoa, we look around. The entire bus is knocked out. And then he's like, what's going on? The bus driver has a gas mask on. Driver, what's going on here? He drops his mask a little bit, but that's a mistake, because as soon as he does that, he starts being knocked unconscious by whatever gas they pumped the bus full of. And so it's black. We wake up. He's like, what's this place? A gymnasium? No, a factory. More importantly, where am I? And he rolls over and he's like, what? What's so soft? And he just rolled over a human body. It's all the other people on the bus with him. He's looking around. He sees something crazy. He's looking around. What is this place? There's human bodies frozen everywhere and people in masks. This is a disturbing sight to see. And then we got the workers talking. This one's failure. You come this way. Come on, get on, lie down with your face up. They're talking to these people. And they're going through some machine. They come out frozen. This machine is literally freezing these people to death as they go through it alive. And then we see they're getting split in half, chopped to pieces. And now we've got someone talking to our main character. You're awake. Guess the drug's not effective enough. Feel sorry for you, kid. You're still young. You won't be able to run away from here. And the guy's just like, huh? What? You better prepare yourself, kid. Prepare for what? Wait a minute. Where am I? Those aren't real humans, are they? Are we still in Japan? You're type 2. What? What do you mean? Our guy's just confused. And then there's a bit of shock. And he's like, what was that? He looks back. There is almost like half a pickaxe in his back, in his shoulder. He's just like, whoa, what the fuck? He's screaming pain. He's like, hey, stop struggling or your wound would tear up and it'll hurt even more. And he's just like, ow, of course. Why wouldn't he? And then he's like, he's a type 2, right? Yeah, he is. Come this way. What are you going to do with me? It hurts. Stand there. And then he gets kicked down a hole, pretty much. He's sliding down. He's just like, what is this place? Where am I? We got this hole in the shoulder. Is someone in here? And then we see these tubes hanging from the ceiling, just like the title page. These pipes. And then we see these fat people drinking something from it. And wow, there's just a lot of fat people in here drinking from these tubes. And he's just like, what the hell is this? We see one just fall over pretty much dead. And he's just like, is this real? And he looks back. He's looking up where he tumbled down from. He's like so high and he can't climb it. Shit, it's too steep to climb. He can't hold on the rail. He's like, no luck. Fuck. More importantly, what are they doing? They're drinking something without paying attention to me. And then he sees Kazu, his best friend, also drinking from these tubes hanging from the ceiling. He's looking a little chunkier as well. Don't just owe me. What's going on here? Where are we? More importantly, won't you drink? It's super tasty. And he's got a little bit of a crazed look in his eye. So something in that liquid is not safe to drink. Come on. What's that? Is that water? No, juice. It has a sweet smell like a fruit. Shit, it's steaming hot. I'm getting thirsty. Just one sip. And then behind him, we see a hand come up, grabs him. He's just like, don't drink it. Ouch. Who is that? What? You aren't drinking? Kazu's just confused. And then we get a big wide shot. Since he drank that thing, think of him as a completely different person. Take a good look. Those who drink it lose control of their mind. See? They're drinking it all. And this is a bit of a disturbing shot. We are seeing a lot here. I'm going to have to censor some of this out, but wow. Come on. Kazu. And then our guy just kind of gets hit. Give me your cell phone, pager, or whatever you have. If you don't tell me what's going on outside. So who is this guy? This guy's clearly been here for a bit. He's like, what is he talking about? If you don't, I'll break your arm and snap your neck. He's too strong. I can't breathe. Am I going to die? Easy there. No need to lash out. Am I wrong? Pretty rough, aren't we? He's useless if you kill him. Sorry about his behavior. And our guy just gets tossed aside. He's like, shit. He was trying to strike up a conversation since he's been unable to do so. After all, we've been here for 3 days and 11 hours. Please cut him some slack. He's been on edge due to exhaustion. What, 3 days? Yeah, no way. They have spent 3 days without eating and drinking in this environment? Who are they? Did it hurt? Huh? Please accept my apologies. So this guy's getting real close to our main character. Like, no, stay away. Uh-oh. Wasting precious liquid. I'm Yamabiki. His name's Natsune. And you are? I'm I don't really know how to pronounce his name. Please tell me, what is this place? Where are we? Well, it's, as you can see, a kind of breeding facility. For humans, that is. And once again, we get a brutal shot of just how many people have been kidnapped and brought here and fattened up. So that is the end of chapter 1 of Anonymous Starving. And we're left with a lot of questions. Who are the people that kidnapped our main character? And what exactly is going on in this facility? We've seen people chopped up and turned into mincemeat, frozen alive. And now we're in an area where people are being fattened up, almost like livestock to be slaughtered. And that mystery of what's going on here is quite compelling of a read. I mean, I've read the first chapter because, as I said previously, I reviewed this author's previous manga for the Apocalypse and I thought it was pretty good, so I decided to check this out, and wow, I was blown away. I read all of this in one sitting. It was that good of a read all the way through. And there's something I've noticed about this author's work is he has a habit of writing some pretty interesting characters with their own quirks that make them unique. Very little am I thinking, oh, this is kind of like a cookie cutter character that you could place in another anime with that similar personality. No. They are sometimes lunatics, but I love them. Each character is interesting in their own right, and the relationship they form with the protagonist so far in his works are interesting to see how they foster their friendship. But let's talk about the horror. So far you can already see that body horror element and gore, of course, but we are seeing these people fattened up by this mysterious liquid, and it happens quite quickly because we can see it. Kazu, his best friend, is almost immediately starting to fatten up, and it's showing on his body. So this is like a terrifying liquid that not only fattens you up, makes you lose your entire mind and you can't think clearly. I absolutely love the horror that this author has decided to take the route he's decided to take his work down. I mean, the things that our main characters go through are always tense situations. Now, I don't want to say too much into spoilers, but if you read his previous work, you will notice he has a bit of a pattern in the way he tells the background of our characters, and I for the most part like it. I can't suggest this manga enough. If you like horror, if you like gore, violent body horror mangas, this is a perfect read for you. I would give this a 9 out of 10, and if you really like horror, it's probably a 10 out of 10. This is just a good quality manga. Okay, that's the end of the review. Come back here after you've read the manga and you've also read For the Apocalypse, because I'm going to be spoiling that as well. I don't know what it is, but this author has like mommy issues, because in For the Apocalypse there's one character that like had an abusive mother, but the character still loved her and protected her even after being beat, whipped, and starved. And in this manga, the two friends both have an interesting relationship with the mother. One of them is a mother that hides him away and doesn't let him go to school and doesn't torture him, clearly loves him, but there's still not a proper mother-son relationship. And the other character, I'm still being a little vague in case you got to this part and you don't care about spoilers. I care about spoilers, and I think you shouldn't know this, but there's another character that is abused sexually by his mother, and you start to realize just how much of an effect that had on his personality and how twisted it made him be overall. So this author has a bit of mommy issues in his works. I'm not going to look into it that much. I'm just saying it's a weird detail. It's a weird detail. But thank you for watching. That is all.